The crypto industry used to be considered a scam, and today it's confirmed it is a scam. I'm just joking, friends. This is us enjoying the praising of the sun. Shout out to all the Dark Souls fans out here, friends. So just think about something. If a coin's price goes up, does that mean the thing is not a scam? Not necessarily. Yeah. BitConnect did a 1000x before it went to zero. It's like the turkey life, the turkey happiness, and then Thanksgiving gets his head chopped off, the happiness goes to zero. But also, if things have high value, they can still go down. Coca-Cola goes down. Yeah, Coca-Cola goes down like 12%, doesn't do 95% wipeouts like we have in crypto. So we have to think about these things differently. I think about them like playing a whole cycle. Okay, there's volatility in between. Things can like move into the very, very end and then not move at all. You could wait. They could be late movers, early movers. You don't know. Okay, that's the whole game of crypto. It is really a game. Okay, so I want you to all appreciate that. My master friend, if you didn't cheat, I'll let you sit in my chair when this is all said and done, friends. Aaron, pretty sure crypto is still mostly a scam. Yes. But we got to get better than that. We understand that. So we have that perspective. We know all the scams, a lot of everything. Like, but not just scams, friends. It's like we get excited over things. We all think they're going to have product market fit, then they don't. Because everything's open source. Nobody has a real edge. That's a tough part. Because we are digital nations, people can move their money and their liquidity and they can bridge to just different countries, which are chains in like 2 seconds. So that's why it all comes down to memes, cults, religions. Doesn't necessarily mean Pulse Chain will do the best or be the best or whatever. But it's just one, it's obviously a very, very, very deeply contrarian crypto. It's very obvious. All the Pulse Chain core coins, you even have PDI, the cult within a cult within a cult within a cult. Like everything on this chain just screams contrarian. There's energy, there's passion, there's 2 conferences per year. We had 3 actually, friends. We had the PLS 369 tour as well in Vegas. So a lot of things are there. It's just you need the cloud to stop raining. That's why we're waiting for Ethereum to keep pumping, please. Also want to tell you this, friends. Look at this. If you bought Bitcoin after Satoshi abandoned it, then you were taking the ultimate risk of maximum uncertainty and fear. So check this chart out. Right? I made this right. Look when Satoshi left. Satoshi, he left at 60 cents. Okay? How do you think people felt when, like, you know, Richard Hart, friends, bought at 32 bucks with Da Vinci and then it would drop 94%? How do you think they felt? How do you think they felt where you have people going, wait, you bought this random Ponzi thing that lives on the internet that has 0 proven track record and you put in your life savings and now it's down 94%. You're an idiot. And the founder's gone. That's why Bitcoin did first cycle unicorns. You've literally never seen anything like that before. Doesn't necessarily mean buy everything with an abandoned founder. But I mean, like, not bad, right? 144,616 times your money after that point. So just because someone doesn't like a coin or the founder may or may not leave, you have to think about what's going on beneath the surface. Shout out to my friends out here. YZ! I think Richard will stick around for a while. He wants us all to get rich and cure diseases first. We have Mr. Fire Guy just saying PDI, and we have Brent with the thumbs up. Thank you very much. So interesting, right? It is wonderful, friends. So Mr. YZ, I'm talking about Bitcoin and Satoshi, and the first thing on your mind is Richard Hart. It's interesting, friends, because the Mindshare of these, they're very sticky. We can use it to our advantage. It gets you to build conviction. For example, you don't care about Tezos, XTZ. Shout out to XTZ. You don't care about that. You don't care about like Stellar, right? XLM. I'm not saying they're going away or anything. I'm just telling you it's interesting, right? That's how we build conviction. It's got mindshare, stickiness, brand in our heads. So if it's branded in our heads, well, guess what? Everybody else out there loves to hate it. So it's branded in their heads too. We're not wrong. We're just retardio. Welcome, Pulse Chain. We love you. So just like I make a lot of juicy UFO content and videos, the line between genius and like absolutely off your chops, really, really, really thin. Actually, they're like pretty much, they blended in, right? That's like advancing stuff, friends. Just like in markets, it's the same thing. If you want, like, this is the thing. The thing that's actually going to pump the most, okay, is unknown by the market. People have given it 0% chance. It's literally like a resurrection, right? Jesus' resurrection. Like they think the thing's dead and it comes back to life. See what I mean? Like that shock of like dead to alive. Yeah, that happens in markets. Now, a lot of people also, friends, just be careful, okay? I'm noticing a lot of language appearing in normie land where they're trying to say, ha ha ha, contrarian is stupid. And I'm like, what's your angle, bro? And I'm like, oh, I know what your angle is. All these macro talking heads, the 4-panel podcasts. Why they say contrarian stupid, friends? Why? I'll tell you why. Okay, I'm going to tweak my nipples and I'm going to tell you why. It's because they have been buying highs in something and selling lows in something. They're now trying to tell the world that contrarian is stupid. Dude, what does contrarian go against the grain? Okay, how are you going to buy a cheap price when everyone thinks it's stupid? Okay, buying low, selling high. That's the game of markets. That's the aim of markets, to succeed. Now you might say, oh, can I just buy the highs and go with momentum? Yeah. For the S&P 500, which is growing at 8% per year, Habibi Albi. How much money are they printing per year? 7% per year. Thank you very much. What I'm going to do now, play some PUBG music. They're printing 7% per year, and you're talking to me about buying the highs of an index that's going to give you 8 or 9% per year. Are you joking? Have you learned nothing? You're here to accelerate the game, friends, not to let the game consume you. Remember, you still got to believe in yourself, though. Okay, believe in yourself. This is Richard's only brother, Shane Hartwin. He's got a very unique art style, friends. Shane, I don't know what's going on in your head, sir, but it's great. It's great. Awesome. It is it does hit differently, man. It just like pokes. It pokes. That's why, because I look at a lot of stuff all day, friends. I'm here 18 hours a day, giving the highest value content in crypto. When things grab my mind, I want to know why is that hitting me differently? What is it about that? What about this is different? Is it? I look at things. Is it the color scheme? Are there images? Okay. And I advise you in a very family-friendly way to do the same thing. When you're out there in the world looking at stuff, if something triggers you, think about why it triggers you. Remember, that's how everybody still believes in Pulse Chain and Hex and PulseX and Ink, the green logo, and the cult within a cult, PDI, and lollipops and rainbows. Because a lot of people, they look at these things and they go, oh, well, you're going nowhere, therefore I'm going to walk away. No, maybe you shouldn't be walking away. Maybe you have to think about other people out there who hate the same thing you do right now. Okay? That's the thing, friends. When there's 1,000 people who hate something, and if you can be the guy or girl or pup or squirrel who can figure out a way to like it, just try to make the connection. If you can like it, what if other people can like it? Okay? That's why, here's the thing, friends. Being contrarian, you're pretty much saying, okay, the thing is low right now, I like it. That's what you say, yeah. Now, the candle prices are low and you like it already. Why is it so hard to imagine other people are going to like it when the prices go up? There, my friends, you have a thesis. Okay, it doesn't have to be some drawn out thing, but you're basically just front running the crowd. That's the whole game of markets, by the way. And it's just like, by the way, what happens at the top of Euphoria, baby dolls? What happens at the top of Euphoria? You have big fat pumps of Bitcoin, for example, and people are saying, I love you, Bitcoin, I love you, you're amazing, you're gonna solve cancer, you're gonna solve room temperature water issues out there in the world. Thank you so much. But then you got to think, hey man, do they really actually like Bitcoin, or they're just like these green candles that came and the leverage that they're doing with it? That's what you have to always be thinking about, right? And you never really know the future. Remember, portfolio strategy. We're always thinking 12 months in ahead. In 12 months from now, can we see that there's going to be a bull or a bear? If you feel there's euphoric right now, that's why it's hard, right? You think, in 12 months from now, there might be 50% chance there's a bear market. There you have your take profit strategy out here. You're always trying to assess that. Right now, what am I thinking? But we're not even anywhere near close, bro. We just had 5 red monthly candles, man. That's why we are nowhere near close to danger. When it starts to get silly-willy, we'll know danger's here. I want to ask you as well, do you still believe in cryptocurrency? I do. It is a bit revealing, though. Check this out. This is Bitcoin price after the halvings. Look at this, friends. Ding, ding, ding. Monthly chart is one giant bear divergence. Well, look at the black line here, friends. This is an enormously diminished gain. This is with BlackRock buying. This is with El Salvador buying. Like, countries adopted it. This is with Michael Saylor turbo leverage. This is with all of those things diminished. Okay? So market caps are real. It's harder and harder to grow exponentially big. We all know this, okay? Gravity eventually works against you. So this is where we are right now. Where are we going to land? I don't know. Just squiggly lines, but they're eventually going to figure it out, friends. Okay, I still believe the game isn't about trying to say, oh, well, it's garbage, give up. No, I don't like that attitude. We're underdogs. We're here to win, okay? No one bets. No one thinks the underdog's going to win. We're here to win. Tweaking nipples. We're going to win, okay? But look, man, there's just so many signs saying, friends, once people have faced this reality that pet rock Bitcoin is doing pet rock stuff, where do you think they're going to go? Think they're going to go to Johnson & Johnson baby bump powder for 4% on the year? No, they're probably going to go for Pokeballs. They're going to go for the lovely Pokeballs. They're going to see yield and energy. That's where retailers are, friends. Remember, the biggest sin and con that the devil hedge fund scum, soy boys, ever did on the crypto industry was they convinced everybody in crypto that whales move first with institutions and then retailers come after. No. Totally wrong. Opposite. Invert it. Retailers move first. They are the energy. They are the life. They are the spirit. They are the spark. They are the friend. They are the cold glass of orange juice. 3 ice scoops. Okay? Retailers move first, especially in crypto. Retailers move first. If there's enough retailers and economic activity, then whales try to build stuff, make stuff, hang around there. Okay? For example, rich people, friends, they just don't go to literally the middle of the desert where there's like 3 cactuses and they go build the city. They don't go do that. Okay? They don't do that. Retailers got to move first. That's what happens in crypto, by the way. Okay? So don't think, oh, institutions are in Bitcoin. They're not in altcoins, dude. That makes you more bullish on altcoins. Yeah? So like you're looking at this Bitcoin. Oh yeah, institutions are already in Bitcoin. Golly gee, and you're diminishing gains. Okay, well think about the speculation. What about when the institutions get into the altcoin? See? Now you're thinking bigger. Like, subscribe, really button all. Catch you in the next one.